Hey everybody, Roman versus with Squashfest podcast and my co-host.
If one more member of the Vision gets injured this entire year, I'm going to send some sort of powdery substance up to Stamford, Connecticut.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know, man. We can get into this. Raw last night. From Atlanta, Georgia. And they made it a big deal about it being from Atlanta. I feel like they had plans on having a solid show. And the universe said, nah, that's not what we're doing today, fam. We're gonna destroy every plan you had for this entire episode. And you're gonna have to figure out what you're gonna do for Mania moving forward, because this was whew. The show kicks off. We'll just get into it. The show kicks off. Michael Cole, Corey Graves in the ring, talking to the crowd, celebrating the career of AJ Styles, who is in town because he lives down the road in Marietta, Georgia.
Yep.
And before they could even talk, Gunther comes out. And he said, why are we celebrating AJ Styles? He's a loser. Just like that loser Goldberg. Just like that loser John Cena. We shouldn't be celebrating losers. You should be celebrating me, the Ring General. And as he's talking, Adam Pearce comes out and just starts yelling, enough, we're not doing this. This is too, you're doing too much. He just keeps yelling, this is enough. Meanwhile, waiting for, security guards to come out to get Gunther out of the ring. My issue to begin with is I'm Adam Cole, I'm the GM. If I want to get Gunther out the ring, because as he's saying this is enough, Gunther did not care. Gunther just kept talking.
100%.
If I'm Adam Pearce, I'm getting on the microphone, or even while I'm in the back, I'm telling them, cut his mic off. What are you doing? like you're going to go out there and you're going to argue with the man who obviously does not respect you, does not respect your power as fictional GM of Monday Night Raw. Like nothing. He does not respect you. So he runs around here taking out all of your legends, whatever he feels like he should. So to cut his microphone off. Mm-hmm. Eventually, Gunther gets out the ring. He gets escorted up the rampway by
Gunther is like, just to add to your point, like he's really messing things up, because when you think about it, right, these are three marquee names, like, big names.
Two in Goldberg.
But two really big names, right, that any GM would be arguing they want on their roster, they want wrestling going forward, so on and so forth. And Gunther has just gone out and eliminated people.
To be fair, that was John Cena's last match, regardless of what Gunther did. So let's just talk about just AJ Styles.
I got you.
Just taking AJ Styles out.
I guess. But I'm just saying, like, he's really messing things. No, because people wanted to see John Cena go out on that W, so he definitely ruined.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, regardless of Gunther beating him or not, John Cena wouldn't be there now.
Yeah, I get you. But my point is to say, like, he's really messing things up right now, especially from a GM standpoint.
And and from a real life standpoint, because you just got rid of AJ Styles and you could have used him for the road to WrestleMania, because half your roster is down and injured. We'll get into that in a minute, because that's the next segment, I believe. Gunther's making his way to the back, and salty ass Dragon Lee who had no shoes on. He was in his socks.
I was looking at that. I'm like, why is he got no boots on? What's happening?
Like I feel like somebody went to him in the back and said, did you forget you're in the opening segment? And he goes, oh crap, I don't have time to put my boots on. He comes and attacks Gunther on the ramp and in the back. Eventually, Adam Pearce and security get Dragon Lee out of the arena.
As I'm watching him get his ass beat, right? I'm thinking to myself, I'm supposed to believe, right? Uh-huh. John Cena couldn't do it. Goldberg couldn't do it. AJ Styles couldn't do it. But Dragon Lee is the one guy who's got Gunther on his ass.
To be fair, he blindsided him because when he doesn't blindside when Dragon Lee doesn't blindside him, he gets choked out like a rag doll. so, but yeah, so good. So they pull Dragon Lee out, and then Adam Pearce yells at Gunther, "Are you happy now?" And tells him to leave. This wasn't Gunther's fault. So you get your locker room in check. Like Dragon Lee is mad that Gunther retired AJ Styles. AJ did not need to accept that stipulation because AJ forced that match upon to Gunther. So Gunther, of course, said, "I want your career," and then beat him semi-clean. There was one low blow in the match, but it was semi-clean. But it's not. What is Gunther supposed to do? Lose to AJ Styles because he wants AJ around? Nah, he doesn't like AJ Styles. So why should you, Dragon Lee, be upset at me for me doing my job?
Because it's not your job. Your job is to wrestle, not end people's careers.
It makes me as a person look better in the eyes of the company if I'm defeating guys like John Cena, like AJ Styles, if I'm ending their careers, because now I'm elevated, even in the fictitious world of WWE. Gunther should be number one.
The only reason why this is stupid is because you don't have that many more people that he could theoretically retire.
It would be Rey Mysterio, but that should go to Dom.
Yes, agreed. So again, realistically, how do you keep this gimmick going?
You keep it going for 2 years and you have him retire CM Punk.
I'm saying feud-wise, who does he feud with next? Because it ain't Dragon Lee.
What if he retires one of the El Grandes?
He should retire all of them. And then they're forced to come back as themselves.
Yes, exactly.
I hate you. That'd be hilarious, though.
Oh, my God. All right, we'll talk about El Grande. Let's get into this first match of the night. Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, and
El Grande.
Original El Grande Americano, Chad Gable El Grande. So this was a really solid match. So before we even get to that, when Gunther's leaving, we're about to leave, Cody comes out and he goes face to face with Gunther in the back because we're in Atlanta, Georgia, Cody's quote unquote hometown. He needs to be on Raw for some reason because it's Cody Rhodes. But Cody Rhodes was literally there to stand in the ring, start talking about, again, I grew up in this business. I grew up down the road. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. And then he gets cut off by the Vision. Thank God. Sorry, I tell you all the time, I blank out when Cody speaks, and this was nothing. This is literally Cody coming in and we need Cody on Raw. So Cody comes out. The Vision interrupts him. They basically tell him that Bronson Reed's going to win an Elimination Chamber. Bronson Reed's going to go on to SmackDown. Bronson Reed's going to defeat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, and the Vision is going to run both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. So Cody says, you may think that's going to happen, but I have somebody who has other plans. And then Jey Uso's music hits. So Cody introduces Jey. Jey comes down to the ring, go to a commercial, and then Original Grande comes out. I know Jey and Cody are boys, right? If I'm Cody Rhodes, I want to win Elimination Chamber. I want to go on to WrestleMania and defeat Drew McIntyre for the championship. I should not be introducing a future potential participant in the match I want to win.
You're dumb.
I'm just like, what is going? Why? If Cody was champion,
because you would rather fight a friend than fight that one of those guys.
And if Cody was champion, and he's saying, I would rather Jey get into this match and win, so I can face my friend at WrestleMania, that's fine. But for Cody to say, I'd rather have Jay in than you, so that way now Jay is my obstacle in front of me. If I'm just a competitor, I don't care who my obstacle is in front of me. I'm going to go in there and try to win. Cody shouldn't care if it's Bronson or Jay. Cody's number one thing.
First off, that's the dumbest thing you've ever said. If I'm a wrestler, you said from Cody's perspective.
We talked about this on SmackDown, how Cody is the most selfish superstar in the WWE right now.
Okay, so if I'm thinking about myself and I'm thinking about this match, 100% I'd rather fight Jey Uso than this guy Bronson Reed. Are you insane? He's 300 pounds of just Samoan tsunami.
Jey Uso is a former world heavyweight champion.
I don't care. I would rather fight an Uso any day than go up against
Cody is a former tag team champion with Jey Uso. So he should know firsthand how dangerous Jey Uso can. I can't even get to this.
I was going to say, I'm like, this is coming from who right now?
I hate Jey Uso. I cannot.
Hey, you were really going in right now.
Okay.
You're so stupid.
Cody's motivations don't make any sense. Anyway, so we have this match. And the match was fine because I like Chad Gable a lot. He hit some before we get into the injury. Chad Gable's rolling German suplex is amazing. Mm-hmm. He had a German suplex on Bronson Reed, a stalling German suplex that he turned into a bridge. The core strength on that little man, because he's like 5'7", is incredible. Chad Gable is, on an in-ring work perspective, one of the best they have in WWE. Like, he can go out there and just do anything. The unfortunate part of this match was breaking up a pinfall. Bronson Reed, we're talking about his 330-pound frame, landed awkwardly on his right arm.
Awkwardly.
I don't know. He just landed like in a way that you're probably trained to land, where you're bracing yourself, so you don't.
It looked completely normal to me. It didn't look like he did anything out of the ordinary or that he shouldn't have done, or anybody was not in place. You know what I mean? It looked fine. Yeah,
and then but immediately he looks at his arm like he knows something's wrong.
Literally just grabbed it, and he's like,
yeah. So they go to commercial, and then they come back, and he's outside the ring being tended to by medical personnel. So this triple threat match became a one-on-one match, and I didn't see it, but I saw it later on. Jey Uso's face and body language changed during this match, because it came out that Bronson Reed was supposed to win this match.
100%.
Bronson Reed was penciled in to go to elimination.
100%. First off, they needed the heel. And second, Jey Uso's not ready for that spotlight again. And as soon as he got hurt, you saw his face like, oh crap, this is gonna come down to me.
So they adjusted on the fly. Jey Uso goes on to win this match. He's in the elimination chamber. And plus, those matches look like they suck. Like, on the body, they look like they suck. The metal, I know they added the padding to it a number of years ago. Those matches look like they hurt. So Jey Uso's probably like, I have a night off on Saturday. I can go and get yeeted up with my girlfriend Jada Parker. But now he
unsubstantiated.
Whatever. But then
we don't like taking rumors.
Right. When they're hanging out outside of the thing and getting into cars together, and when they're not even on the same show, yes, we take whatever.
Again, he is innocent until proven guilty. Leave him alone.
I mean, he's innocent. He's separated. He's not married. Like, who cares?
They're not separated, are they?
His wife, him and his wife are separated.
Since when?
Since a while ago. I'm not going to look for the show.
Just talking about he got a whole wife when they were making him flirt with Rhea.
Oh, I got to look this up.
Oh, God.
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso did not want to win this match, but yes,
he did not want to win this match. But now he's got to work.
Now he's got
to work.
I feel like he just didn't want that pressure. Like, I don't know, of performing at.
Wasn't that, like I said, now he's got to work.
Say Hell in the Cell.
Nope, I'm the one that messes this up constantly. It's Elimination Chamber.
I know.
But yeah, so now it's Jey Uso gets added to that match. So I don't even remember who's in this match. It's Cody, it's Jay. Let me
look up things we need to know.
Listen, I'm a Jada Parker stan. I need to know this.
You don't need to know this. I can't stand this man.
Why does it say Brock Lesnar versus T? Oh, that's WrestleMania. God damn it, Netflix, you suck. It's a Netflix page that doesn't even have the card. We got.
This is taking so long.
I know. We got Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Jey Uso, LA Knight, and Trick Williams. So we only have Trick Williams as a heel in this match.
Well, you always say Randy's like a tweener.
He is.
He's in between.
I mean, and Drew is the champion, so I get it. I understand loading up the thing with baby faces. And then on the women's side, we'll get into it later. But yeah, I'll just say it right now. Cody's walking out with his win. It's gonna be Cody and Drew, and then we're gonna figure out how to get Sammy and
Jacob
Fatu into. Yeah, I was taking a deep breath. Jacob Fatu into the match at Mania. All right, so then we don't have to talk about the crate. The crate comes. He says, "Take it back to Chicago. Put it on the truck. Put it in Chicago. Me and Nick Aldis will open this together on Saturday." Like, that's all we got from the crate this week.
I still think it should be the thumbnail.
These things should be the thumbnail. I had to make it AJ Styles and The Undertaker. Like, what is wrong?
But at the same time, how hilarious would it be if it did 3 episodes? This crate was the thumbnail.
At least on SmackDown, I was able to make Johnny Gargano the crate because we all felt like Johnny Gargano watching that. This we got is AJ. Liv Morgan makes her decision. Liv, shut up.
I wish we were able to record these live and we would have like the viewers here and I can just.
I mean, we can.
We can theoretically. I'm just saying in general, I would love it so that I have people that can agree with me. Because I'm telling you, that crate, man, that crate is what gets us the views.
No. Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio come out to the fray. Liv is going to make her WrestleMania decision.
Yes. Can I just say they really flew out Jade for that?
She lives in Atlanta. She's probably there anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She said it last week on SmackDown.
Oh.
She said that's my hometown.
Oh. So she probably home. Yeah, you're right. But still.
This is WWE. They have more money than... I was going to say something offensive. They have more money... They have more money than anybody else in the world. They're the biggest wrestling company in the world. They can afford to fly somebody out. They flew out Los Garza last week for a crate segment, right?
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild.
They've been flying out Apollo Crews the last couple of weeks to just remind us that he's still with the company. They flew out Omos for a 2-second backstage segment to remind us that him and AJ Styles were tag team champions at one point. Like,
was that pandemic?
I don't remember. Yes, it was 21. It was that first WrestleMania coming back from pandemic that they did in Tampa that was like 60% full.
Okay.
They beat the New Day for the titles. So Liv Morgan comes out. And Liv's still looking super upset because Stephanie McCur yelled at her last week.
Yeah.
So we got that segment, but with the subtitles this week. Dominic Mysterio comes out and says, "I'm the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. I'm the AAA Mega Champion, and I'm with the greatest women's Royal Rumble
Did
winner
he
of all
defend
time.
it yet?
What, the Mega Championship? No. They put two stipulations of it. It's not Dominic's hair. One is if Dominic loses, he has to leave AAA forever. And then there was a stipulation.
The other one is for Vikingo, that if he loses, he could never challenge Dominic again for the
Dominic.
title.
Right. They Cody Rhodes did.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
But that's also crazy because with that stipulation, can you really see Dom losing?
Yes. What the hell does he need to be in AAA for?
I'm just saying. Never again. They like to bring him on as a special something.
They just sent down what's his face there on not Andrade, the other one. Santos Escobar showed up at AAA a couple weeks ago. He can
That's
take
not Dominic Mysterio. Did you really just say that? If I'm getting
in
Dom
Mexico,
at
Santos Escobar is a huge star.
Stop it.
Okay. So Stephanie McCurr comes out. Liv Cole's both out. Stephanie McCurr comes out first. First of all, Stephanie McCurr sweatshirt. Fire. I need one of those. It had her face on the back. Like it was amazing. I don't want to see. I'll check WWE shop later to see if they sell it. She comes out first. Then she calls out Jade. Jade comes out. Liv gets in Stephanie's face and says, I've been thinking about it all week of what you said to me. And you're right. I've been in WWE 10 years with the best medical, the best rings, the best training, the best whatever. And I didn't think about your story. I didn't know about your story. But looking into it, you really are an inspiration. And blah, blah, blah. Then she takes a look over her shoulder and she goes, but that makes me realize one thing. And she gets in Jade's face. And Jade's staring down at her. And she immediately spins around and hits Stephanie with the microphone. Jade's laughing. Jade leaves the ring. Liv continues to beat down. Eventually grabs the title, stands over Stephanie. So we are going to get Liv Morgan versus Stephanie McCurr for the Ashiti Oblivion. Hits her with the belt. She's going to get Liv Morgan versus Stephanie at WrestleMania. And something that everybody saw coming.
You think Liv takes this title?
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
100%. I love Stephanie. She's done. They've made her feel like a big deal without giving her any feuds that we actually care about. She faced Nikki Bella, and then she faced Raquel Rodriguez for a while. And I think Liv takes this title. I think it's best for business to use an old Triple H line for Liv Morgan to walk away with this championship.
Wow. Crazy.
We have to talk about Maxine Dupree and Natty.
You have to talk about it, but you don't have to spend long on it. The way you like
to
draw things out.
Wow. This match happened. Maxine got the upper hand. Natty kicks Maxine into the post. Maxine takes the worst post bump I've ever seen on the outside and then acts like she died.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, I said Natty needed to win by referee stoppage. But through dominant referee stoppage, forearms, kicks, something that makes me think that Natty is a threat. Not that she accidentally knocked somebody out by a defensive maneuver. This did not make me feel good about Natty.
What about the fact that she beat her up after? Once she was already dead.
Oh, your lifeless body is on the floor. Let me pick up your head and start punching you in the back of the head.
Yeah.
No, this is not. This is terrible. No.
Okay.
This is terrible. Same concept. Build Natty Neidhart by having an actual match that ends in referee stoppage because Natty is beating the crap out of her. How hard is that?
Difficult. Because they want to showcase Maxine.
Oh, how? They've done nothing with her since she's lost the title. All the goodwill we had building up Maxine is done. She's over. She's back in BFAB territory.
That's crazy. She did nothing to deserve that.
They've done nothing with her since she lost to Becky.
That was only like 2 weeks ago or something.
I think it was 3.
Okay, fine. 3 weeks ago. Not that
Either
long.
way, like, terrible. This is horrendous. And especially after you already had a legitimate injury earlier in the show,
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't be doing an injury angle now. Like,
Yeah.
somebody in the back should have just said, "We just lost Bronson Reed. Can we
Oh no,
change
because isn't the point? Didn't she just get married? She just got married, Maxine.
Maxine?"
Yeah,
So this is to write her off so she can have her honeymoon?
I'm guessing so.
Okay. Sorry, whatever. At least we don't have to see Maxine at WrestleMania. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. This is stupid. You know what was even dumber? We got Brock Lesnar returning.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar comes out with Paul Heyman. So is Paul Heyman a advocate again for Brock Lesnar? Is he not? Is he part of the vision? Is he?
I think he's just doing both. I don't think they have anything to do with each other.
So he comes out and he basically says they gave this an A. This was stupid. It basically
the show
says,
or this segment?
No, Bleacher Report gave this segment an A. Okay. It basically says Brock is the 1 in 21-1. Remember, there used to be 2 main WrestleMania main events, but then there was a third. That was when who was going to try to defeat the Undertaker streak. Well, the man who conquered the Undertaker streak is here, and he successfully took Undertaker's main event spot, and now whoever faces Brock Lesnar every year is a main event spot, is what Paul said. So we're going to have an open challenge, and then if they throw the dates, Brock Lesnar is advertised for Raw on the screen. He goes, anybody who wants to face Brock Lesnar, it's an open challenge to see if you can come and get an ass whipping of biblical proportions at WrestleMania. My question is, if we're going to have a Brock Lesnar open challenge, right? Why do we then need to know the dates that he's going to show up on Raw?
The opportunities where the superstars have to step forward.
Why don't we just wait and have it an actual open challenge at Mania?
Have somebody just walk out?
Yes. The same way you had Joe Hendry come out last year.
Because you still have to announce it. You still have to promote it.
You can promote it as Brock Lesnar's open challenge.
Yeah, but you got to promote it better than that. You need Brock to show up these dates.
So we're going to have Brock show up 5 times, and you think every single time no one shows up?
No, not every single time. I think maybe by the second or third time, somebody will come out, and it better be Oba. Because that crowd, everybody is screaming Oba.
They were cheering Oba Femi. Oba went to Brock. If it's not Oba, this is a waste. I don't know who else it could be.
Yeah, agreed.
Matt Cardona's doppelganger. I was going to say Matt Cardona's doppelganger LA Knight, but you cut me off.
Okay.
Because I've been saying LA Knight's doppelganger Matt Cardona on the other show.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona answering the open challenge would be hilarious. Yeah, I'm always ready. And then no, Matt, I'm sorry. So we did get we're gonna get a Brock Lesnar open challenge tour, is what I'm gonna call this. We did get an Obafemi sighting because Rusev showed up during the crate feud. Yeah. So, but they did announce it next week. Next week we're gonna get Rusev Obafemi.
That's it already?
Yeah. Didn't Adam Pearce say that? No. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. I thought he said it. He said
no, because he said
tonight's about AJ Styles.
Yeah.
So it's about AJ Styles. So respectfully, we'll put a quash in this. But my point is, like, if you got Oba versus Rusev for the second week in a row, It's just to make Oba look strong. So that way when he does answer the Brock Lesnar Open challenge,
I would
he's...
do Rusev versus him after Mania.
No, I think you have to do it before to make Oba look strong for the people who have not watched NXT. So that way when he answers the Brock Lesnar challenge, it's a bigger deal.
But we're really hurting Rusev here.
Anything with Rusev. Rusev is a step above Matt Cardona.
Stop
it. I'm just saying. He won the feud with Sheamus, I think. But Sheamus beat him in the 7-match series. I don't remember. Who won that match? I think it was Sheamus when he put him in the... No, Rusev. He put him in the accolade on top of the whiskey barrel.
Yeah.
Rusev won that feud. And then we haven't seen him on TV since until the last 2 weeks.
No, we saw him. He
at Royal Rumble. Oh yeah, and he who did he lose to? I don't remember. The last thing I remember is last time I remember seeing
what's
Rusev
that website we go to? Caged In or something?
Cage, not Cage Side Seats, Cage Match.
Yeah, Cage Match.
Yeah, so there's that. All right, so we got the Spider-Man meme match in Javon Evans versus Kofi Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
This was fine. Why did we need Offset? This was we're in Atlanta, right? Like we're in Atlanta. It's New York of the South, right? It's it's the cultural hip hop hub of the South. Mm-hmm. So we had Offset there. We had Lil Yachty there. We had Bow Wow there. We had for some reason we had Young Marco there. Like they really flew out all of these celebrities to just be like, hey, WWE's doing stuff. But Offset was ringside with Javon Evans. Mm-hmm. This was a fine match. Kofi's a good worker. This was to get Javon over. Javon ends up winning with a OG cutter off the top rope because you're gonna make me believe that Offset is such a threat that both Grayson Waller and a one-armed Austin Creed, Xavier Woods, can't take out a mid-league rapper. I'm sorry. Like, I don't believe that Offset can defeat two finely tuned athletes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He is. Because he did it. He's a great in-ring worker.
This was horrendous.
He's like third on the list.
After what we got with Travis Scott, I don't want rappers involved with my wrestling anymore.
Wow. You didn't care for any of these rappers anyway. What's the matter with you?
I don't think I've ever listened to a Migos song in my life. I'm just saying, I only knew who that was. Listen, he showed up on screen, and I went to my daughter, and I didn't even remember. I couldn't remember Migos. I literally, like I said, is that one of the Offsets? And then the lower third came up and it said Offset. And I was just like, I knew it was one
of them. You're insane, bro.
I did not know. I couldn't remember Migos. All I remembered was Offset. So my question was what is that one of the Offsets? I got his name right accidentally.
We're about to hit 100 episodes of this.
Oh God. So yeah, Young OG gets the win going into Elimination Chamber.
33 minutes in.
Okay. You're gonna make that a clip.
I'm trying.
Listen, I like the rappers I like. Go listen to J. Cole's new album. It's dope. But I don't care for anything they've ever done. Anything the Migos have ever done.
Oh God.
So then we had a CM Punk promo where he got booed heavily because no one wanted to see CM Punk. Apparently, they just wanted to see AJ Styles. And he kept saying, what if? What if I lose to Finn Balor? What if I don't? What if Roman Reigns is here tonight, but he's not? What if I show up to Indianapolis next week when Roman's there and I punch him in the mouth? Blah blah blah. He talked for 10 minutes and said nothing but to promote next week's Monday Night Raw and to let us know that Roman Reigns is showing up. That was it. Punk is, to me, so long-winded in his promos. I'd check out now. It's PG Punk. It's TKO Punk. Whatever you want to call him. MJF called him PG Punk a long time ago. I agree with him. This is not a compelling version of him. And him being champion, Roman better win that title. I will be upset if Punk walks out of Mania with championship.
You want a part-timer to have that title?
I'm okay with a part-timer having the title, as long as you tell compelling stories with everybody else on the show and you make the show compelling. Roman was champion for 4 years on SmackDown. He held both championships for 3 years, and we didn't care about him not being on the show because everything around it, the storytelling around it, was so good that it carried the show for years.
Yeah, because
you didn't
had the
need
Usos,
Roman.
you had Sammy, you had these people that could carry, but Roman doesn't have that now.
And this is why I'm saying if you take the title off of Punk, you make Roman the champion. You need to figure out how to make Raw compelling without him. Maybe Punk.
By taking
the problem right
the
now,
title.
The problem
From
right
the
now
product?
is I'm okay with the title not being on TV as long as everything else on the TV is entertaining. The title is just a prop. Punk needs to be more entertaining. Seth Rollins will be back eventually. It'll make the show better. Braun Breaker will be back eventually. It'll make the show better. Bronson Reed, I'm hearing anywhere from 1 to 6 months for this injury. No one knows how bad it is. So we don't know how long Bronson Reed's going to be out. That's the real problem with Monday Night Raw right now. And I sent you a DM.
I'm upset because this could have been Bronson Reed's time, man.
It could have been time to elevate Bronson Reed into a real main event spot.
Yeah.
But
such a shame.
We talked about it when Seth got hurt last year, and they pulled the trigger on Braun taking Seth out of the division. That wouldn't have happened until after Mania. So because the story going in for the entire year was Roman was fighting with Bronson Reed, and they were teasing Roman Braun Breaker. So you are eventually going to get to Roman Seth at Mania this year, and then with probably Roman beating Seth, and then at the night after Mania, Braun Breaker kicking Seth Rollins out of the division and taking the division as his own. But with Seth's injury, they elevated that timeline and created this masked man gimmick to tease Seth Rollins. Then Braun decides, I'm super strong. I want to flip an announce desk, and hurts his hernia, and he gets taken off of TV for like however long he's going to be off. They're saying maybe he'll be back by Mania, which then elevates Bronson Reed to the forefront of the division. And then now Bronson Reed gets hurt. So the entirety of the Vision storyline has been snake bitten by injury, and they've had to adjust WrestleMania plans multiple times. Because now next week, you're just going to have Logan Paul and Austin Theory there with no leader. What do we do?
I just hate certain people are injured, right? I get that. Injuries happen. I just don't like the fact that we pick and choose when a guy can be injured and still be on the show.
Yeah,
Xavier
it depends
Woods
on
right now is hurt. Arm in a sling.
Yeah.
He's still
He also
featured.
lives in Atlanta. He probably drove in.
I understand what you're saying, but that's not my point. My point is that he was still prominent on the show.
Understand. But with certain injuries, you can't fly. That's the problem. I'm pretty sure you can't fly with a hernia if you're Braun Breaker because your hernia could pop out because of the pressure.
Okay, I'll give you that. But what about this bicep? This is a bicep?
He could probably fly with that. Hold on. My son was calling me. Now he's texting me. Yeah, no, he could probably fly with a bicep injury, but it depends on what his rehab schedule would look like.
Mm.
Cover it for 10 seconds.
What is happening? No.
He's asking me about his car insurance, which he asked if it was printed out and put it in the car. I said no, I have a digital copy, so I have to text it to him.
Okay.
All right. We talk about our lives here on here. So yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with Monday Night Raw right now. It's because there are so many injuries that things aren't compelling because the storylines you had in place are no longer. You had to adjust. Last year we had Punk and Drew fighting over the bracelet, and at least we were compelled by it because Punk and Drew carried it. Now it's just like, all right, we got this story, Punk and Roman. We got nothing going on with the mid card championship. We got the El Grandes fighting over who stole whose identity, and then and we're doing nothing with the tag team titles. We do have Finn. Somehow we have to talk about that segment right now. Actually, somehow involved in. I might leave the Judgment Day. I might not leave the Judgment Day storyline. They're finally pulling the trigger on that because we got the backstage segment and a vignette for Finn Balor. Basically, JD apologizes to him for being a hothead last week, and Finn said, "Yes, I understand. You're my brother, but I still need to do this on my. I still need to do this on my own." And he walks away from them again for the second week in a row. So we're still
That's
getting.
not
Finn.
how he walked away, though. It was once Dom was like in his face about why he didn't back him up.
Dom said, "Why didn't you back me up last week? That's why I lost my match." And then I forget what Finn.
And then he was talking about that he has a match coming up. Are you gonna support me? Blah blah blah. And then Finn was just like, "When you two were injured, I had to deal with everything on my own, and I did fine. Sounds like you're gonna have to figure it out on your own, Dominic."
Which is a baby face thing for Finn to do because the entirety of the Judgment Day, all 4 or 5 years of this group, or however long it's been since Edge put this group together, it's always been about family and doing things together, and we're going to have your back constantly. But now Finn, because CM Punk is in Finn's head, he's like, I need to do everything on my own. Nah, bro, what happened to loser Finn that was coming out for 3 years, getting his ass beat every week because he was trying to help Dominic Mysterio? I'm just saying. But yeah. So the highlight of the night, besides the AJ Styles tribute that you skipped, I'll cover that, was the Io Sky, Kairi Sane, Raquel Rodriguez match.
Yes.
This was great.
I loved it. I love the ending. I love everything about this match because we were definitely saying it was going to be Io Sky entering the Elimination Chamber.
Yep. So this was a great match. Towards the end, I felt more and more like the finish was going to be the finish.
Yeah.
I thought Io was going to win this too. Kairi's great. Kairi's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But Big Mummy, Big Sexy Raquel Rodriguez, eventually she blocks a. So Io goes for the moonsault after hitting a beautiful DDT onto. She hits this gorgeous jumping DDT onto Raquel, and then drop kicks Raquel over the the barricade, the timekeeper area, and her and Kairi are fighting. She eventually gets the better of Kairi. She goes for over the moonsault. Raquel gets up, pushes Io off the top rope, and somehow, some way, Kairi gets to the top rope. She's about to hit the elbow drop onto Raquel. I think I'm mixing two things up. I think I'm mixing two spots up because Raquel was already on the ground, so Io might have been trying to hit over the moonsault onto Raquel, and Kairi pushed her off. So then Kairi goes to set up for the elbow drop. Set us up for the elbow drop. And then Raquel gets her knees up, reverses it, and hits it to Hana Bomb for the win. And Raquel Rodriguez is going to Elimination Chamber on Saturday
and
night.
I love that for her.
Does she win?
Who's in that? You still have it up?
Yes, I do. Oh, no, she doesn't win because Tiffany's going to win. Raquel, Tiffany,
that
Rhea.
would suck.
Raquel, Tiffany, Rhea, Alexa, Asuka, and Kiana James.
I wouldn't be shocked if they put it on Kiana James.
You think we're getting Jade versus Kiana James at WrestleMania?
I'm saying.
Absolutely
I
not.
meant put the title on her.
To get the title, she has to win
I
Elimination Chamber
understand what you're
and face
saying.
Jade at Mania.
Yes.
You think we would get Jade versus Kiana James
She's been
at
doing
Mania?
amazing work, and right now she's getting pushed, bro. What happens if they put this title on her?
No.
Julia's done.
Absolutely, but no. It's
She's
going to be Tiffany Stratton or Rhea Ripley. That's it. Those are the only two options. You need a baby face to go against Jade at Mania, who's a big star.
On a baby face.
No. Who's a big star, and it's only Tiffany or Rhea. Alexa's not going to win.
No.
Asuka's a heel. Kiana's not ready. Raquel's a heel.
She's ready.
No, she's not. Raquel's a heel. She's not going to win that match. So it's going to be Tiffany or Rhea. My money would be on Tiffany.
I agree. Get her title back.
Yeah. And then we had our tribute to AJ Styles. So we had a really good video package that you probably skipped because you don't watch these video packages. They had footage from TNA.
Mm-hmm.
They had still shots from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it was set to Creed's Higher. So can you take me higher? I can't say that one. This was a really good video package, and I love the fact that because of the TNA partnership, they were actually able to use TNA footage and his matches against Joe and Daniels, and his matches against Kurt Angle, where he won his first championship, or first Impact World Championship, because he was an NWA champion before then. Frankie Kazarian was in the building. Let's just talk about the people who they flew in for a backstage segment, because they didn't show them in the ring with them, which I would have done. I would have had the TNA legends in the ring with them at some point. Frankie Kazarian was there. Chris Park, who's a backstage producer, was dressed in his Abyss gear. So Abyss was there. The Good Brothers were backstage. Tamatonga and Tongaloa came in because they were in the Bullet Club, also with AJ Styles. Michin was there. We already talked about how they flew in Almas for this. Bobby Roode was part of one of the video packages. This was a really good celebration of AJ Styles. He comes out and he talks for a while about growing up down the road in Marietta, Georgia, 45 minutes from this arena, wrestling in gyms in Marietta, wrestling in the Asylum in TNA, going to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and wrestling under the bright lights of WrestleMania. He is the only active well, he's not active anymore, but he was the only active wrestler, I think, in any promotion who wrestled for WCW, WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan. I think that's it. TNA. How did I forget TNA? So he wrestled across all these promotions. The other one would have been Christopher Daniels, who was retired. But he cuts a really good promo. He talks about how he's done all of these things around the world, but the one thing he's never done was be a full-time dad. And they kept panning to him and his litter of children, his wife and his litter of children. And I think he had 3 of his kids there and 2 other kids who were between the wife and the child and his children. And he wants to be a full-time dad because he had to watch them grow up over FaceTime. Mm-hmm. So the one question he kept being asked was, you didn't leave your gloves in the ring at the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. So people thought this wasn't a real retirement. This wasn't a real retirement. You didn't leave your boots or your gloves in the ring.
Yeah.
Because it's synonymous for the gloves. He goes, but I wanted to take my gloves to my house because I wanted to leave them here at home, which was a great line. It was an amazing line. So, and when he said that, he takes off his vest, he takes off his gloves, puts him down in the middle of the ring, and all of the WWE superstars hit the ramp. Not TNA superstars; they should have been on the ramp front and center with them, but all the WWE superstars hit the ramp, including Paul Levesque. And he, at this point, I think they kayfabed him on everything, because then the gong hits. Undertaker comes out to American Badass. And if you see Taker now, you know what's going to happen. So Undertaker gets in the ring, stares down at AJ's cutlass and his gloves, and he goes, "You're just going to leave those here? Me and you have unfinished business." Which made me think, they're not doing this. We're not doing an Undertaker AJ Styles match. Don't do, you had the Boneyard match. That was Undertaker's goal. Go away. We're not doing Undertaker AJ Styles.
I can't stand.
I'm just saying, he made it seem like they needed to have another match. I'm like, Taker, we cannot have. You can barely walk into the ring. We don't need this anymore. So Undertaker says some quote. He says, "Have you ever heard the quote? If you see me coming, then you've already gone." Well, I changed it to, "If you see me coming, that's where you're going." So it's my distinct honor to let you know that AJ Styles, you are the latest inductee to the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked confused and surprised.
Yes, he did.
I think they could. So his family gets in the ring, they hug, and that's how the show goes off the air with celebration of AJ Styles. I'm okay with it. This entire segment, I thought we were going to get salty Gunther back and choke him out during the celebration. I was waiting for it. After he cut his long-winded "I'm home" promo and put his gloves down, I was waiting for Gunther. I'm just like, no, Gunther's going to come. Gunther's going to put him in the chokehold. This is in front of his family. It'll be similar to when Gunther choked out Chad Gable in front of his daughter and made Chad Gable's daughter cry for the Intercontinental Championship. I was waiting, because everything to me is wrestling in a storyline. I'm waiting for it. You want to make Gunther even a bigger heel? You already took the man's career. Take his pride. Take his pride in front of his family, in front of his wife. Take it. And while you're doing it, tell her, "I'm sending him home with no balls. He's no longer a man." Yell that into the camera.
You're psychotic.
But yeah, that was Monday Night Raw.
I understand what you're saying about non-consequential, but still.
It was a one-segment show. That one segment was AJ Styles' tribute. That was it. Everything else was just because Bronson got hurt. And Maxime pretended to die. And we got to keep teasing this crate. What's in the crate?
Did you see the video I sent you?
Yes, I watched the video. That would be hilarious.
If it was just a bunch of Samoan guys coming out the grate, taking over.
Randomly, Zilla Fatu shows up on the Elimination Chamber. I'm just like, oh, we don't need any more of them. Takeaways?
Huh? Takeaways?
Takeaways?
I don't really have any takeaways. I'm just glad Raquel, they made the right decision putting her in this thing.
I agree. She's been doing such great work. She's changed over how we think about her in the last year. She's gonna have a face-to-face with Rhea at some point in that match, because they're besties in real life. But also she's physically imposing enough to give Rhea a challenge. She got to win a title at some point. Raquel's got to win a title at some point, and I don't think they'll pull the trigger and say, "Hey, Liv is going for the Raw Women's Championship at Mania. Raquel is going to challenge Jade for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Mania. That would be a compelling story to see if one of them walked out with the championship coming out of it. But I don't think you can get a story out of Raquel versus Jade. I don't know where that would be. I don't know where that would go. I mean, if you went the other way, if they shocked us and Liv said, I choose Jade, and then I'd be like, maybe Raquel wins, and you run Raquel Stephanie again at Mania, and she finally beats Stephanie. That could have been a way to go. If you really want to put a title on her, but I don't think it's time for Raquel this at least at Mania. I think there's still work to do.
But man, that would be amazing.
I think she'll win a championship at some point. I think there's still work to do to elevate her to that level.
I mean, just keep doing what you're doing with her right now.
Yeah. But they need to figure out how to get her not away from Liv, but not have her be an afterthought behind Liv. And I think there's still a little bit of that. Like it is the Shawn Michaels Diesel story. It is. How do we get her away from Liv so that way she's the focal point moving forward though? And Liv is great. Liv is amazing. Every time Liv is on TV, she makes it compelling. So Liv and Dom kind of need to, maybe after Judgment Day breaks up, maybe after Finn leaves, she takes a step back out of Judgment Day and she's on her own, and Liv and Dom just go on their own, and then eventually, unfortunately, if you do that, there's nothing to do with boxhead JD McDonough.
I was gonna say.
But yeah, that was it. That was wrong. My takeaway is this whole Vision storyline needs to be scrapped. I was thinking about it before. This is going to be a footnote in what we think about everybody, because this Vision storyline basically started at Mania last year. It needs to not go past Mania this year. Well, it'll be 1 year of their careers. When we think about any of these guys' careers, we're not going to remember this group. We're not going to. There's going to be a footnote in Seth Rollins. It's going to be a footnote in Braun Breaker. It's just going to be like, hey, remember that time they tried to make the Vision a thing and then it didn't work? It's going to be Legacy. Remember Legacy?
No.
Legacy was Randy Orton's group after Evolution, and it was Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase Jr., Cody Rhodes, and the other Samoan, Manu, that they then fired a couple weeks later. So then it just ended up being Orton, Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. It's going to be that. No one, when you see Randy Orton, you think Legacy. Like when you see Seth, you think Shield. That's going to be it's going to be forever. That's the group you remember. You think Randy Orton, sometimes you may think Evolution. Maybe.
Roman Reigns is going to be the Bloodline.
Shield. I think it's Shield.
Bloodline.
WWE always says the Shield is the greatest group in the history of professional wrestling. So
Bloodline, bro.
I don't know. I think Shield when I say Roman. But that's because I think they have that one moment of betrayal that surpasses everything. And it formed who those characters were going to be for the next 10 years. That Seth Rollins stab in the back. But yeah, this whole Vision thing needs to be done with. We tried it. Everybody got hurt. We can't continue with these storylines with everybody done. Once everybody comes back, just send them on their own separate thing. When Bronson comes back, have them go after whoever the mid-card champion is, destroy them, take that title. When Braun Breaker comes back from his thing, whoever the world champion is, throw him directly into that feud. Don't even acknowledge his thing with Seth Rollins. Seth needs to just... Seth, I don't know how you bring him back and not have him attack Braun Breaker, but we'll figure that out when it comes. This needs to be done with, because we cannot continue to keep this moving forward when everybody, all of the founding principals and partners are out. The Masked Man story makes no sense right now because he's going to come out and attack who? He's going to come out and attack Logan Paul randomly? Why? Seth's not there. Braun's not there. Bronson's not there. Why would the Masked Man have a gripe against Logan Paul and Austin Theory?
They're part of the group. That's all I got. They're part of the group.
They're like, you were tangentially connected to these guys who are no longer on TV right now. So I'm going to continue to make your life a living hell.
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense. This needs to go away.
They got to play it out somehow.
I got you.
What if it is Grayson Waller?
Who was on TV with the New Day last night?
Yeah, I know.
After not being on TV for weeks.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't see the guy in the mask.
What if they open the crate and it's the Masked Man inside the crate? And Grayson Waller just takes off the mask and he said, I pulled only.
I'd be so pissed off.
And that's how they kill everything. They kill the Vision. They killed the Masked Man story. They killed the crate, all in one segment. How do we blow all of this up right now? We just have the Masked Man standing inside of this crate.
You're terrible. All right. That was Monday Night Raw.
Yes. Do you want to do an NXT preview?
No. I never wanted to do that.
Why not? You don't care about JC Jane versus Soruka for the Women's Championship?
No, I do not.
But we're getting the teases of Zaruka finally breaking up. They broke up and then got back together in one episode last week.
Okay.
Ethan Page versus Stephanie McCur's deaf boyfriend for the NXT North American title.
That's not how I would have phrased that, but okay.
He's deaf. He's Miles Bourne. I'm sorry. Stephanie McCur's Randy Orton doppelganger boyfriend, Miles Bourne. Because he looks just like Randy Orton, even down to the side little tattoo he's got here.
Yeah.
Do you care about Dark State versus the Vanity Project?
No.
Do you know who any of those people are?
Not at all.
There's 4 title matches on NXT.
Who cares? It's a lot of titles being on the line. It ain't a pay-per-view.
There's a triple threat 7-minute speed championship match.
What? A 7-minute speed chat?
Yeah, instead of 3, because the title, instead of it being 3 minutes, because it's a triple threat match, you're doing a 7-minute speed championship match between Jasper Troy from LFG, Elio LaFleur, who's a French luchador, and Eli Knight, who's one of Booker T's students who flies around like another Javon Evans. It sounds like a good show. We should review it.
You're insane. When is it on?
8:00.
Oh, today?
Yes, it's Tuesday.
I gotta be at work at 4:30. Hell no. Good luck with that.
All right. So we'll call it here. AJ on home.
As always, you guys can find us on Spotify, TikTok, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
And I will be sending flowers to one Bronson Reed to his bedside to tell him to get well soon. If I can ever figure out where he lives.
I can't.
Somewhere in New Zealand.
We're done.
Somewhere in New Zealand.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Peace.
Later.